I'm Jennifer Sanesi. You're watching News 24 Live. I'm joined in studio by Keith Jenkins. He's the CEO of iAmbassador and a travel blogger. He's speaking at the second World Travel Market Africa being held right here in Cape Town. Hello.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming in. I know you have such a busy schedule.
It's pretty crazy, but I'm hanging in there. Yeah.
Now, as a speaker at World Travel Market Africa, why is it important for us to have this kind of convention here in South Africa?
Well, I think it's a great platform, to get everyone together, all the stakeholders in the industry together, and making contacts, obviously, with one another, and also learning from one another. And I'm here specifically to talk about travel blogging, about social media, and how it's being utilized in the tourism industry. And I'm sharing a lot of my international experience working with bloggers around the world and with tourism boards and with brands as well. So I think there's a big demand for that, to learn more about how travel bloggers work and what they offer, and how we can all make that work together in the tourism industry.
Well, tell us a little bit more about your presentation. I mean, that sounds fascinating. It sounds like travel information is being shared in such a different way than it previously was.
Yeah.
Tell us about your experiences that you share in your presentation.
Well, it will be a little bit of a preview because it starts at 4:30 this afternoon.
Okay.
But I'll basically, the title of it is how travel bloggers are changing the international media landscape, and it's really about travel bloggers and how they're creating content. It's not only creating content for their blogs, but also for social media, and they utilize a variety of channels to promote their blogs. And so it's not only content on the blog itself, it's also on Twitter and on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and you name it, and they're all there. And from the industry perspective, that's a very powerful medium to be not only creating multimedia content, so it's not only text, but it's also photography and videos, but also to be on various channels as well. And so that's what my presentation will be about. There will be a lot of case studies and just showing what different bloggers are doing.
Have you been a travel blogger for long? Actually, I know you've been a travel blogger for long. How many years have you been a travel blogger for?
I started my blog in December 2008, I believe. Actually on New Year's Eve.
Really?
Yeah, well, everyone is out partying. I was trying to find out how WordPress works.
Well, at least it got you somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Before that, I was in investment banking for 10 years, corporate investment banking, so a totally different branch altogether. But I got into blogging, and because my passion is travel, and I love writing, and I love taking photos. So I just felt the urge. I just come back from a round the world trip, and I just wanted to share my experiences from that trip. And that's why I started the blog, Velvet Escape.
I imagine that the blogging blogosphere has changed quite a bit since 2008.
Yes. I think the most important movement is that it's professionalizing, and you get. We all start blogs as a hobby, to just write something and put it up there on your blog and all that. And I think it was like after around 2010. Quite a few bloggers started to think maybe this is a way that we could turn this into a career, and so obviously the trick was, okay, well, how do we make money out of this? And so there are so many cases right now whereby bloggers are making serious amounts of money doing different things, and it's great to see that. The trick right now for us as a group, for the people who are doing it professionally, is to really maintain standards and have a code of ethics and go out there and preach the message to bloggers around the world.
Now, how do you ensure that all the travel bloggers out there are meeting these standards? How do you reach those people and make sure that the content that's being put online is quality content? I imagine you can't.
No, you can't. So it's important to have platforms like the World Travel Market, where a lot of bloggers are also invited to register and to participate at the trade fair, and because that's one way we can reach out to the bloggers. Events like Travel Massive, which was on last night as well. These are places where you can meet with the bloggers and talk to them, especially in local bloggers. I mean, there's this whole international group of bloggers who are professionals, and in different countries everywhere, there's a growing number of bloggers who want to do it professionally as well and need help doing that. And so, us as as professional bloggers, I think it's our responsibility, if we want to nurture this new profession and create something great out of it, to go out there and educate the budding bloggers, as we call them.